Hey guys, Danny here at PARTAY. So just got a couple of things I want to cover with you today just to give you some updates. Starting with, we're going to be a little bit delayed on the sample packs. The reason for that is my partner and brother-in-law, Jason, his mother just passed away. So the whole family has went up to Chicago, including my wife. As a matter of fact, I'm here with my dogs alone. So I'm holding down the fort here, got some family commitments that I need to make good on while they're all gone. And so when they get back, we'll get back started and make sure that we get the sample packs made. And so I'll be sending you or putting up a video upload notifying people whenever those are ready. The second thing is I've had a few folks who have been reaching out to give me updates, I guess, on things that are going out there in the circus freak show land. Much appreciated. And, you know, here's the thing, and I'm just going to call Johnny Guzman. I'm just going to pull you out, not because of that. And like I told you, I appreciate it. But I use it as an example. I think a day before Crow's Q&A, we had a little back and forth, and I told Johnny, I said, you know, this is just him trying to bait everybody back out here because he needs that for his channel to succeed, or even that's his perception anyway. But, you know, the reality is he can't touch us. His sphere of influence is nothing. Okay, he doesn't have that kind of reach, so not concerned at all. As a matter of fact, okay, because here's the thing, a narrative has to be sold. The truth only needs to be told, okay? And that's what we've always stayed with. Now, for me, I look at it and say, hey, and any of you guys out there who fish, you know, as a hobby or something for fun, you know, I'm a smallmouth bass. Pretty smart cookie and like to swim in clean water, meaning that I like to keep things honest and above bar. This guy, he's a bottom feeder, okay? He's like a catfish. Bottom feeder with a much bigger mouth than brain. And he seems to not be able to let go of the need to go after two people he considers to be a hobbyist. Now, this is a guy who's beat 18 certified screens, yet he feels the need to constantly be embattled with what he refers to as a couple of hobbyists. All right. So from my perspective, it's like, look, I know from the data, okay, just to bring you up to speed, and this is not a knock on YouTube at all, but where we need to go. Currently, 26, actually just a little under 26% of our volume is coming from YouTube. The other 70-something percent, 73 and some change, or 74 and some change, excuse me, is not YouTube redirects. These are people who are coming to us via word of mouth. And that's where it needs to go. That's exactly where PARTAY wants it to go. Because word of mouth is how you're going to be successful. Okay, if I'm having to constantly go out, push out a ton of videos, try to defend my product, right? That's not the way that you want to position yourself. So we are off to a great start because of word of mouth. And that's exactly where we want to be. And once again, the Crystal Edge sphere of influence just doesn't have any reach. So no matter what he says, no matter what he does, he's no longer in a position where he's ever going to be able to touch us. It's done. Done, finis. All right? Just the way it is. And he can sit out there and do this from here to eternity. I don't care. Doesn't hurt us. All he's doing is making himself the negative channel. And ultimately, that was the goal. The goal was to put him into the frame of mind. I told you guys a long time ago, this guy's like a little wind-up monkey with the cymbals. You get him wound up, man, he'll just sit and clamor forever. Clang, 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 and try to clang as loud as he can. Because that's all he's got. There is no product. That isn't even a product. That is just a faux paint mix put out there under the guise of a product. So it is what it is. And I'm going to leave him to it. You do whatever you need to do. We've done everything that we could do or should do from a conscience perspective, right? To put information out there, to make sure that folks understand what they're looking at. And at the end of the day, if they don't, or they decide to purchase anyway, then, it is what it is. I know people don't like that statement. It's actually one of my favorites. Me and Kelly were talking about that a couple of weeks ago. Sometimes in this world, things just are what they are. Just for example, no matter how many videos that he would come out and put out that he's going to do better, he is not. But why? Because you have to understand the animal. And this animal is never going to do better because better is not part of his narrative, which he has to constantly produce videos to sell. For us, word of mouth. And it's going to get even better because here in just about 2 months, we're going to be out in public with these screens, showing these screens off with different projectors in a public venue, well lit, lots of people, and we're going to video it so that you guys can be there too. You can see the reaction of folks' faces, and that's it. So for those who are concerned about him putting out the videos, trying to knock PARTAY about the 4 coats, I find it humorous that he just did one with 4 coats or 5 coats, something like that. Because if you remember on the Vega, we did 5. 4 coats of Vega, but before that, we put a coat of flat black. And that was just to increase contrast on the Vega. Now I'm going to show you here one of the tests that we do and how it works. And what you're going to see is why we don't do all of this on video. Okay? That's all stuff we do behind the scenes. So if anybody says, well, you don't test your screens, and no one, guys, has ever asked me that. Not once. See, because here's the deal. Out of 100 views that he may get on his videos, probably two are fans. So, okay, 2 people out there don't like us. That's fine. There could be 100 people out there don't like us. It's fine. Why? Because there's billions in this world. And our volume's increasing. Word of mouth is getting around that the PARTAY screen is legit. And so no matter how much this guy who, years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, if you'd watched his videos, he at least tried to sound like he had some intelligence. Now he's just gone full bottom feeder, catfish, thug wannabe. That's it. And somehow thinks that is going to bring down a professional company that he can't even touch, has no influence over. So at the end of the day, what do you have? You just got a thug wannabe out there who's trying to push a narrative because he's so desperate for sales. And that ain't my problem, guys. That's his. All right. You guys take care, and we will talk to you soon.